Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, before we get started, I want to give our praises on the glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of great wisdom, the teacher of will. I want to say peace and love to the elect. Hey, with the GMS PreCamp, just a pre-camp before the camp gets started, So we're going to get into it, start with that Romans 11.
This is Romans 11:1. And I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? Yahweh forbid.
Wait, read it again.
This is Romans 11:1.
Yep.
And I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? Yahweh forbid.
Wait, Yahweh forbid. Meaning hell no, man. Cause you got fucking Christians, Christianity replacing theological, man. Which that's made up. It's just saying Lord never cast away his people, man.
This is Romans 11:1. And I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? Yahweh forbid.
Yahweh forbid. The children of Israel is not done away with. You can't replace the Israelites, man. Because salvation is not open up to everybody, man. Only salvation for the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians. That's who the kingdom of heaven is for, man.
Right.
Everybody will not be saved, man. And Christians want to go to John 3:16 to justify themselves, man. You get 1 Samuel 12:22. Jump down to 25. 11.
This is Romans 11:25. For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery, lest ye should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness in part is happened to Israel.
Right, the blindness in part happened to Israel, man. We all went to that gross darkness, man. We don't know who we are, We didn't know the judgment of the Lord. We didn't know the knowledge of Yahweh Shemashah. Keep going.
And that blindness in part is happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in.
Right, keep going.
And so all Israel shall be saved.
And so all Israel should be saved. All Israel going to be saved, man. But we know 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they will be cut off and die, man. Why? Because they have refused to get right. They have refused to repent and come back to the true power of Yahweh Shemashah, the power of Israel, man. But this is salvation is for. All Israel going to be saved.
As it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer.
Right, out of Zion the deliverer, which is Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
Keep going.
For this is my covenant unto them.
For this is my covenant unto them. Unto who? The Israelites. And that's the new covenant, man. That the Lord is not remembering our sins no more, man. That he put his laws, statutes, and commandments in us, man. That's what make it new. You see? That's it already?
Yep. This is 1 Samuel chapter 12, verse 22.
Yep.
For the Lord will not forsake his people.
For the Lord will not forsake his people. Go ahead.
For his great name's sake.
For his great name's sake, man. Go ahead.
Because it hath pleased the Lord to make you his people.
It hath pleased to make the Lord his people, man. Hey, jump to Deuteronomy 7:6. You got the drill out? Oh, it's morning.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. That Jeremiah, we get to Luke.
I got this is Psalm 147:20. I'll start at 19. It says, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
But he has not dealt so with any other nation. The Lord is not dealing with the Chinese, the Japanese, the Africans, the Arabs. He only dealing with us, man, the children of Israel.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
Right, they have not known the Lord, man. Like it say in Amos the 3rd chapter, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. You see? You can do it me real quick.
This is Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. And the Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above our people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right, above all people that are upon the face of the earth, you know, because we that special people. This is no such thing as equality, man. You know, equal rights, man. You know.
And the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor chose you because ye was more in number than any people.
Right.
For ye were the fewest out of our people.
Right, we was the smallest nation, man. Coming up, man. You know, hey, the Lord did with small numbers, man. You know? You got that, what you got, John?
Jeremiah.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 31 and 31. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel."
Right, new covenant with the house of Israel, man. And this is, hey, the new covenant is written about in the Old Testament, man. You can't get around it, man. Go ahead.
"And with the house of Judah."
And with the house of Judah, man. Hey, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, man. You know, the so-called Negro tribe and the Hispanic Latino tribes, man.
"Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt."
Right, ancient Egypt, man. You know?
"Which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord."
Right, we kept breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments, man. But this time, the new covenant is going to be in us, man. You know? Keep going.
It says, "But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel.
Yep.
After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts."
This what make the covenant new, man. This what make it new, man. You know, because it's the same covenant. The only difference it is that it going to be inside us, man. That we would never have to go off again, man. Because that's our kryptonite, man. When we go off, the Lord ain't dealing with us, man. And Esau knows that, man. That's why he put pork in everything we eat. You know, fucking drinks and shit. You know? Esau knows that, man. He constantly wants us to go off. What it say in Revelation? The accuser of our brethren, man. You know? Keep going.
"And will be their God, and they shall be my people."
Yeah, you can speak on.
Yeah, and that, you know, and his people is Israel. All right? He's specifically talking about Israel. That's the point of this video, is that he only chose and is dealing with the nation of Israel. As for all the other nations, he doesn't know them, man. He ain't dealing with them. You know? And then it also says that in Hebrews 8 and 8. The Apostle Paul was talking about the new covenant that was written in Jeremiah 31 and 31. Hebrews 8 and 8, it says the same thing. He wasn't denying that, you know, the new covenant was only for Israel.
Hey, what did Apostle Paul say? The apostle of the Gentiles, man. You know?
Those Gentiles were Israelites.
Those Gentiles were Israelites. Hey, let's get there. I think now 2 Corinthians 11 and 22. Bring that over. Or is it 10? Yeah, 11 and 22.
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 22. "Are they Hebrews? So am I."
Right. Hey, this is the book of Corinthians, man. What's that in Greece? You see? We had Israelites scattered amongst all nations, man. That's why you get all nations. That's why they think everybody can be saved. That's why they think Abraham was the father of many nations, man. Which, hey, the Israelites, man.
Yeah,
that seed.
That promise was passed down to Isaac, down to Jacob. That Jacob was going to be a multitude, a nation of nations.
Yeah.
Meaning multitudes of nations make up the nation of Israel.
Yeah, because like one tribe is a nation, man. Judah, that's one nation. Levi, that's one nation. Issachar, one nation.
Yeah, I mean,
Gad, one nation.
Look at it this way: the tribe of Gad, it made up of all the North American Indians, so-called, of course. But within all of them, yeah, you had multiple tribes. You know, Cherokee, Apache, you know, all sorts of tribes. That was one nation made up of nations, but that was only one tribe of Israel.
Hey, what it's saying? I think Isaiah wants to become 1,000.
Yeah.
You know, this in the kingdom of heaven, man. You know. You got the second one?
Yeah.
Finish on
It says, Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I.
The seed of Abraham. What's the seed of Abraham? Isaac. Hey, Abraham had 8 sons. But who did the promise? Who did the covenant went to? It went to Isaac. And after that, Isaac had 2 sons, Esau and Jacob. Then what did the promise went to after Jacob? I mean, to the Israelites. It went on to after Isaac, went to Jacob. And Jacob the Israelites, the 12 tribes, man. You know, you can't replace the Israelites, man, with your bullshit, man.
Hey, I got this is Galatians 3:16.
Yep.
And the reason why, the Apostle Paul wrote to different specific cities was because you had Israelites in those places. You had Israelites in Rome. You had Israelites in Gaul, which is the Galatians. You had Israelites in amongst the Colossians. But anyways, Galatians 3:16 says, "Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made."
Wait, now to Abraham and to his seed, go ahead, were the promise made?
He saith not unto seeds as of many,
Not unto seeds with an S, unto many, man.
but as of one.
It's a one. It's a one seed, man. You know? It's like one child, right? Go ahead.
And to thy seed, which is anointed.
Which is enough to keep going on it.
And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before the Most High in Yahushua, the law which was 430 years after, cannot disannul, that it should make the promise of none effect.
Right, without effect, man. Ain't nothing wrong with the law, statutes, and commandments. It's with us, man. How you doing? You know? So, get that.
This is Psalms 105, verse 6 and 7. This is Psalms 105, verse 8. And he have remembered his covenant forever, and the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations.
Wait, this ain't keep going.
And which covenant he made with Abraham in his oath unto Isaac.
Right, in his promise unto Isaac. You see? So Abraham, Isaac, keep going.
And confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant.
An everlasting covenant, man. So the same covenant he made with Abraham, he made it with Isaac, he made it with Jacob, man. The Lord should save his people, man. Out of Zion should come to deliver, man. You see? You got Galatians 4?
This is Galatians 4 and 5.
Yeah.
To redeem them that were under the law.
Who are under the law? Who was the law given to? We brought out Psalms 147 and 19. So Psalm 7, 8, and 5, he established a law in Israel, according to testimony unto Jacob, with the pale face. So the law, statutes, commandments was given unto the nation of Israel, man. It wasn't given to everybody, man. Keep going.
That we might receive the adoption of sons.
Right, the adoption of sons. Hey, you got your blue letter?
Yeah, the word adoption.
Yeah, look that word up in the blue letter.
Then we can also get in Romans.
Yep.
To whom pertaineth the adoption. I'm going to Galatians 4. This is the word adoption in the blue letter. Alright? It's Strong's G 5206. Alright? And it means adoption as sons. That relationship which the Most High was pleased to establish between himself and the Israelites in preference to all other nations.
Read it again.
That relationship which the Most High Yahweh was pleased to establish between himself and the Israelites.
Himself and the Israelites.
In preference to all other nations.
Hey, so what did the Lord say? All other nations are before him is bitter. It's a drop of a bucket.
It's like unto nothing.
Like unto nothing, man.
Yeah.
So the adoption of sons goes into the Israelite. How? Because Yahushua, he brought on his back up to the heavenly Father, man. You see? So, hey, you read Galatians 4 and 5 again.
Okay, it says, Galatians 4 and 5, to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons.
The adoption of sons, man. Redeem them that was under the law, man. You know? So, right, in Hebrews. You have something? With the Romans.
Yeah, Romans 9.
All right, hold it within this.
This is Hebrews 6 and 13. But when the Most High have made, this is Hebrews 6 and 13. But when the Most High made promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself, saying, surely blessing, I will bless thee, and multiply, I will multiply thee.
Yeah.
And so after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise.
Yeah.
For men verily swear by the greater, and an oath for a confirmation is to them and an end of all strife.
Yeah, hey, you got niggas in the world that say, oh my mama, and shit like that, you know? Keep going, Devon.
Wherein the Most High willingly more abundantly to show unto the hearers of promise the immortal immutability
I look that word up, immutability.
of his counsel, and confirmed it by an oath.
Confirmed it by an oath, by a promise, man. So we gonna get the word in the yeah, come.
17.
Not 6 and 7.
Hey, I didn't want let me go live.
Alright, this is the word immutability. Strong's G276, emetithetos, which means not transposed, not to be transferred, fixed, unaltered.
Unaltered, man. They're going to be changed. Yeah. Go ahead, read it strong. Go on, man.
Strong's definition, unchangeable.
Unchangeable, man. What did the Lord say in Malachi? I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed, man. The book of Hebrews, I'm the same today as yesterday and forever, man.
Right.
You know, hey, Christians, you know, trying to make the Lord as a liar, man. You know, trying to replace Israel, man. The Lord said he changed not, man. You know, the most High will always be for his people at the end of the day. You know? So, right, good Psalms 89.
This is Psalms 89. This is Psalms 89, verse 34. My covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that is gone out of my lips.
You see, my covenant will I not break. He will not change that, man. He say he is a man that he should not lie, man. As the Lord spoke it, hey, it is what it is, man. The Lord say he dealing with the nation of Israel forever. It is what it is, man. You can't grant yourself or engraft yourself into that, man.
Well, I say, how can you come back to something you never left?
You never left, man. How can you be adopted? That like we reconcile, man.
Yeah, reconcile. Yeah.
You know? All right. What's the point? You had something? Yeah,
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 1. I say the truth in Yahweh Shai, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Yahweh Shai.
Right, because Apostle Paul was saying, I wish I would have been on that cross, basically. Right?
For my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
Wait, according to the flesh. You know, my brethren, man.
It's about to explain.
And it's going to explain it, man. Or the stock of Abraham. Go ahead.
Who are Israelites.
Who are Israelite, man. You can't be a spiritual Israelite. Oh, well, you say, if I have faith and believe him, I can be the stock of Abraham. Look, hey, that ain't what they're talking about, man. You gotta be an Israelite first.
Hey, and then he goes on to specify in case there are any other groups of people calling themselves Israelites, right? It says, who are Israelites to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants,
See?
and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises.
So, hey, plus he went on the cut there, man. You know? Hey, this is what I'm talking to, man. Those that had the covenant. Who had the covenant? Hey, Israelites. You can't be a spiritual Israelite, man. You know? You know?
Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Yahushua came, who is over all, the Most High blessed forever. Amen. And that's proof that Yahushua only came for Israel.
Yeah,
I'm going to read it again.
It say what? His people.
Yeah, it says, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Yahushua came.
Yep.
Yahushua only came for the Israelites.
Hey,
Point blank period.
Get Luke 1:68. Get to bring that up.
This is Acts 13:23. Of this man's seed have the Most High according to his promise.
Hey, of this man's seed. Who? Abraham's seed, right? Go ahead.
Raised unto Israel a Savior, Yahushua.
Yeah, I was shot, man. A savior. Acts 5:29-31, man. For to give repentance and forgiveness of sins, man. A savior to the nation of Israel, man. Of this man's seed. Cause Yahushua, hey, that's the lineage. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know? That promise, man. Yahushua is an Israelite, man. Out of the seed of Abraham, man. You see?
Right.
Yeah, Luke.
This is Luke 1:68. Blessed be the Lord, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people.
Yep. Read again up.
Blessed be the Lord, Yahweh of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people.
Redeem his people. What it's saying back in Galatians 4:5, to redeem them that was under the law. You know? You can't get around it, man. That this book, that this Bible, that the Savior, that the kingdom of heaven for the nation of Israel, that this word is for the nation of Israel, man. You know? This gospel, this good news is for the nation of Israel, man. And this time frame for the elect. Because all of that women is going to be saved, man.
This is Acts 10:36. The word which the Most High sent unto the children of Israel, preaching peace by Yahushua. He is Lord of all.
What's the word? The good news, man. You see?
Gospel.
This gospel, man. This is what it's asking you, not unto the Gentiles, but to the lost sheep of the nation of Israel, man.
I got a quick one. This is Tobit 13:3. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he hath scattered us among them.
Yes, God does among them. Hey, keep going on that,
It says, There declare his greatness and extol him before all the living. For he is our Lord, and he is the power of our Father forever.
Well, so,
And he will scourge us for our iniquities.
why he will punish us for our iniquities, man. Like it's saying the same thing in Amos 3rd chapter, man. You know?
And will have mercy again.
We have mercy again, right?
And will gather us out of all nations, among whom he hath scattered us.
Hey, read that last part again.
And he will have mercy again, and will gather us out of all nations, among whom he hath scattered us.
Exactly, man. Because we've been scattered amongst all the nations, man. That's why they say out of Revelation, you know, different tongues, different people, you know.
Yeah, Revelation 7.
Yeah. Come on, James 1:1.
Oh yeah, James 1:1.
Oh yeah.
This is James 1:1. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
The 12 tribes are scattered abroad, man. The nation, hey, Deuteronomy 28:64. You know? We've been scattered because of our transgression, man. That's why you're going to have Israelites feel like so-called Chinese, Japanese. That's why I say all nations. That's why they think all nations can be saved. Guess what? That all nations is going through the Israelite forms, going through the nation of Israel as a whole,
They
man.
want to break down the word Gentile.
Gentiles. And
What that is, Corinthians.
I was just going to say that. 1 Corinthians 12:1. I was just going to say that.
See, there's no way to get around.
You can't get them out.
No doesn't get around.
Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
The Lord shall scatter thee amongst all people, man. You got Israel, Hong Kong, South America, Central, see? Asia, Russia, the Middle East, and so on, man. But guess what? Israel is a people before it's a place. Go ahead.
Even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Wood and stone. Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 12, verse 1 and 2. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols.
Yeah, so he's talking to Israelites. So how can Israelites be Gentiles? It's in their state of mind, man. They were scattered amongst Gentiles. You know? They started practicing their ways and keeping their customs. So they were referred to as Gentiles. You have to go into the history of the Maccabees. Yeah, secular history. Yeah, because that's a huge part that the Christians don't bring out. You know, if you were practicing heathenistic customs, you were considered a heathen at that period of time. That's why Yahushua had to come and break it down. No, we're here to gather the Israelites out of those customs, man. That's the whole point of the New Testament, was preaching the word, reminding the Israelites of their heritage.
Yeah.
And that's what we come out here and do.
Yeah.
All right? This thing isn't about all nations. This is only about Israel. That Israel has been cast down and scattered and beaten down. Their heritage has been taken away. That's what the Bible is about, man. Yeah. Calling the elect of Israel, you know, that to be that prodigal son, so to speak.
Hey, back up, get John 7:35. Read in the KJV and get it on the NIV.
You said John what?
7:35.
This is John 7 and 35, and it reads, Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
Amongst the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
Just Google the word diaspora. The first definition that pops up is the Jews that were scattered.
Yeah.
McCon, read it in the NLT.
NIV, I think. NIV.
NIV.
Yeah, try NIV. Because what makes you a Gentile if you're not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahushua? That's make you a heathen. Go ahead.
I can do it.
Google the NIV.
I'm working on my system.
What you had?
I just had that,
What was it, John?
still.
7:35. Yeah, read it again. 7:35.
This is 1 Corinthians 12, verse 1 and 2. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
See, we were all Gentiles. We were all dumbed down, man. Worshiping other gods, into other philosophies, man. Eating pork, you know, not keeping the law, statutes, commandments, man. We was Gentiles, man. You know, and that's why our people don't. That's why Christians don't understand the word Gentile, man. They're still stuck on that. You know, those Gentiles is the Israelite foreigners, man. They have lost their custom, man. You got it up?
Yeah, it says John 7 and 35, according to the NIV version. It says the Jews said to one another, Where does this man intend to go that we cannot find him? Will he go where our people live, scattered among the Greeks?
Read that again. He said, where he go? Where our people scattered amongst the Greeks.
And teach the Greeks?
And teach the Greeks, man. Because our people, our people is amongst them, man.
Hey, let me read it in the NLT too.
Oh, go ahead.
You know, just to cut deeper, man, it's not, it doesn't matter which version you read. The word is still pertaining to the Israelites. It says, the Jewish leaders were puzzled by this statement, Where is he planning to go? That they asked. Is he thinking of leaving the country and going to the Jews in other lands?
Other lands? Woo! Hey.
Maybe he will even teach the Greeks, meaning they knew Israelites were in Greek, man, in Greece.
Corinth, the book of Corinth,
Yeah,
the
Romans.
book of Philippians, the book of Romans. You know? I think you can Google like what's that? Like Acts or something. What's that, 2 or 3? When they say Apostle Peter drunk, you know? Let me see. But that's really the point, you know? So you go back to Jeremiah 31. Yup, Acts 2 and 9, like you look at that. You can study.
This is Jeremiah 31, verse 37. Thus said the Lord, if heaven above can...
Go to read 31 again. Read down to 37.
God. This is Jeremiah 31, verse 31. Behold, the day is come, said the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Jumping to 37. I'll read all the way through. Okay. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break. Although I was an husbandman unto them, said the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, said the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts.
In our mind.
And I will be their power, and they will be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them.
And this in the kingdom of heaven, man. We're not going to teach our people, hey, that you are Israelite, or that the Lord's name. We're not going to teach our people the Bible no more, man. You know? We're not going to teach our people to stop being poor and so on, man.
We won't have to.
We're not going to have to. Why? Because the new covenant, the law, statutes, commandments, they're going to be in us, in our inmost part, man. You know?
And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord.
Right, we're not going to be on the highways and byways of the kingdom of heaven, man. Prophesying, man. On to take to get right. Because all Israel is going to be saved. All Israelites are going to be in their right mind.
Hey, but just a quick point. Hey, we're still going to be a kingly, priestly nation because we're going to have to teach the other nations the law, statutes, and commandments because they're not going to be right because they're not taking part of the new covenant. So they're going to be still programmed to go off so that we, being righteous, programmed for righteousness, can correct them, man.
Judges.
Yeah, we're going to be judges on earth.
Because that's what God means, judges, power, man. It say in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, out of Zion should go forth the law, man. It should rule them with a rod of iron, man. You know?
And they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them.
Right, because you're going to be levels in the kingdom of heaven, man. Go ahead.
Said the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
Right, and this same thing in Hebrews, the 8th chapter is saying. The New Testament is quoting the Old Testament, basically.
Thus said the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night.
Hey, don't we still see the sun? We still see the moon? Ain't the stars still giving its light? You know? What he trying to do? Trying to block it out? Why? Keep going.
Which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar, and the Lord of hosts is his name.
Yep.
If those ordinances depart from before me, said the Lord, then the seed of Israel also should cease from being a nation before me forever.
So this is why you guys devils want to block out the sun or something, man. Like I said, if heaven above could be searched out and beneath, I would do away with the children of Israel, man. And guess what? You can't do it, man. You know? You can't, you can't do it, man. That's an impossible task, man. You know? It lets you know eat the devil, man. You still want to try it anyway, man. And eat your ass going to slavery whether you like it or not, man.
That's right.
You know? So that's pretty much it on It's probably gonna move. Yeah, 2 and 34, 35. No one scratched it. It's a whack 44, 17.
This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 44:19. Abraham was a great father of many people, and glory was there none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High, and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. Therefore, he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from the river unto the uttermost part of the land.
So this is the promise, this is the blessing. Right?
With Isaac did he establish likewise.
So with Isaac, he established likewise. He said the same thing unto Isaac. Go ahead.
For Abraham his father's sake.
For Abraham his father's sake. That's that seed. You know, go ahead.
The blessing of all men and the covenant.
In the covenant.
And made it rest upon the head of Jacob.
Made it rest upon the head of Jacob, man.
He acknowledged him in his blessing and gave him an heritage. And divided the portions among the 12 tribes did he part them. Yeah, man, plain and simple. Promise was given to Abraham. From Abraham it was given to Isaac, not Ishmael. From Isaac it was passed down to Jacob, not Esau. And from Jacob it was divided among the 12 tribes. So if your line goes back to Jacob, hey man, you're blessed. You're part of this covenant. You need to take heed to this word. You know, come back to your heritage. Start practicing the law, statutes, and commandments in this Bible, so we can get the fuck up out of this place, man. Because this place is hell.
This is Acts 7 and 32, saying, I am Yahweh Shema Shai, for my fathers, the power of Abraham, and the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. Then Moses trembled and durst not behold.
That's the point. This Bible is for the Israelites. It's only one true God, one true power, and that's the God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. You know? So with that, hope you was edified once again. Give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakwadash. The honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, who teach well, and peace and love to the elect.